Hey everyone, have you ever said or thought, no one can be trusted in this world? If not, you must have at least heard it from someone. Why do people think or believe in that? Well, in this video, let's talk about reliability, trustworthiness, and honesty. Honesty is important in Islam, and it incorporates truthfulness and reliability. Trustworthiness is an excellent characteristic, and it is one of the best qualities of people. Allah the Almighty commanded His faithful believers to give back trust to their owners, as He says, "Indeed, Allah commands you to render trusts to whom they are due, and when you judge between people, to judge with justice. Excellent is that which Allah instructs you. Indeed, Allah is ever hearing and seeing." The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, also urged us to adopt the noble manner of trustworthiness, saying, "Pay the trust to him who deposited it with you, and do not betray the one who betrays you." Who is a reliable, honest person? Who can we identify as trustworthy? Well, let me tell you a story. An emperor in the Far East was growing old and knew it was time to choose his successor. He called young people in the kingdom and said, "I am going to give each one of you a very special seed. I want you to plant it, water it, and come back here after 1 year from today with what you have grown from this one seed. I will then judge your plants, and the one I choose will be the next emperor." Munna was one of the young men who had received a seed. When he went home, he excitedly told his mother what the emperor said. She helped him plant the seed. Every day Munna watered his seed and checked to see if it had grown. Even after a few months, Munna's seed showed no sign of growth. Everybody else was now talking about all their beautiful plants. A year finally went by, and all the youths of the kingdom brought their plants to the emperor for inspection. Munna was very upset, since he took his empty pot to the palace with no plant growth in sight. Many people laughed at him, of course. The emperor spotted Munna at the back of the room with the empty pot with no beautiful plant. "The emperor knows I'm a failure. Maybe he will have me killed," Munna thought. When Munna got to the front, the emperor asked his name. "My name is Munna," he replied. All the young men were laughing at him. The emperor asked everyone to be quiet. He looked at Munna and then announced to the crowd, "Behold your new emperor. His name is Munna." He continued, "1 year ago today, I gave everyone here a seed. I gave you all boiled seeds that would not grow. All of you, except Munna, have brought me trees, plants, and flowers. When you found that seed would not grow, you substituted it with a new seed. Munna was the only one with the honesty to bring me a pot with my seed in it. Therefore, he is the one who will be the new emperor." Types of trustworthiness. The trust that Allah commands us to render back to its owner is not only related to money, but it has other forms. If somebody gives you anything, even if it is cheap, and he/she asks you to keep it as a trust until he/she needs it, it is a trust that must be respected and guarded. If you promise someone to meet them at a certain location, being there on time is also a simple but essential practice of honesty. Whoever is doing what they do in the best way possible. For example, if he/she is a student and is studying, making sure not to cheat in exams, and listening to the teacher, these are characteristics of being reliable. Keeping others' secrets is also an act of trustworthiness. If someone requests you to convey a message, then conveying it is a trust. To testify to what you have seen in a specific situation is an act of trustworthiness. Spending time in a beneficial activity is also an act of trustworthiness. So never waste your time doing an act that causes the wrath of Allah. Performing the acts of worship which Allah commanded us to do, such as fasting and prayer, is the most important act of trustworthiness. When we perform prayer at its designated time and complete its bowings and prostrations carefully and submissively, we are doing an act of trustworthiness. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, who was known in his community as a trustworthy person even before his prophethood, said, He who cheats is not of us. The virtue of trustworthiness. Practicing trustworthiness increases confidence and stability in the society, and it also fosters the spirit of love, Islamic brotherhood, and cooperation among people. People respect, love, trust, and deal with a trustworthy person. On the contrary, they avoid dishonest people. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, warned us against dishonesty, which leads to weak faith and hypocrisy. He, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "There are 3 signs of a hypocrite. When he speaks, he lies. When he gives a promise, he breaks it. And when he is entrusted, he betrays." A last word on trustworthiness. A trustworthy person is loved by Allah and His Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. Allah the Almighty prepared a great status in the hereafter for the trustworthy person, which is Al-Firdaus, the highest rank in paradise. May Allah make us one of His servants who see His Firdaus, inshallah. Hope to see you in a new video.